October 20th. Resist the devil and he will flee from you. James 4:7. The devil is always on the attack. He is constantly bringing pressure to bear on us through the many means at his disposal. The world's values, deceptions, our own thoughts and desires, rebellious people, to name just a few. Too often we find ourselves being pushed back in the face of his relentless pressure, either giving in to the temptations and compromising, or retreating into safe places and handing over territory to him. The Apostle James says that we are to resist the devil. How do we do this? Let's look at some examples of Jesus resisting the devil. 1. Jesus resisted the devil by continuing to fast when he was being tempted to prove his identity by turning stones into bread and satisfying his hunger. Jesus preferred spiritual satisfaction to physical, and in doing so resisted the devil's attempts to have him indulge his flesh. 2. Jesus resisted the devil with the Word of God, using it to counter every temptation in the wilderness until the devil was forced to leave him. Most likely, Jesus had been meditating on these scriptures through his 40 days of fasting in the wilderness, and he was ready to face the devil and overcome. 3. Jesus resisted the devil's temptation to avoid the cross, spoken through Peter, by choosing to be obedient to his Father. In fact, this temptation appears to have been a potent one, because it elicited fierce resistance from Jesus, manifested in the stern rebuke he gave Peter. 4. Jesus resisted the devil's plans for Simon Peter by praying for him when he knew that Peter would fall and deny him 3 times. In doing so, Jesus made sure that Peter could be restored eventually. 5. Jesus resisted the devil's temptation in the Garden of Gethsemane to seek his own will. Instead, Jesus surrendered to his Father's will. In Ephesians 6, Paul exhorts us 4 times to stand firm against the devil and his dark forces. We are not to pull back, but to press forward, resisting him until he has no choice but to flee. Yes, the devil will return, but we just have to send him packing again. Today's decree: we will resist the devil and he will flee from us.